Hello, hello, hello. How are you and how are you doing? Welcome back to my living room. Let me know you can hear me before we can go on. Give me that message in the chat. Well, the chat room's over actually there. I suppose I could check myself really. I should get my phone. I suppose I could actually just fire up the old YouTube and see if I can actually hear myself. Yeah. Maybe I can do that. Isn't that weird if I can actually be able to listen to myself talking? Some people quite like that. Says I'm live. Yeah, there you go. I can hear myself. Hey, yes, we can hear you. I'm actually getting slightly better at this. I'm slowly getting the hang of this. I'll probably just get it banged down. Hey, Rowena. Hey, Alice. Hey, Claire. How are you doing? It's Friday evening. We should all be out in a restaurant with some amazing friends, some significant others. But instead, you're at home watching this dude doing stuff in his living room. That's about it. So, we're going to get going in a few seconds. Don't forget, the things you need tonight. A glass of water, or a cup, or a beaker, whatever you want to call it. Make sure your wearable tech is ready to go. Garmin, Fitbit, Samsung watch, I don't know, whichever ones you use. Any sort of tracker. Make sure it's switched on to something. You know, you've got to keep yourself accountable to yourself. Make sure you've got some space and it's safe to do so. We'll get the timer going and we'll get going. Alright guys, so thank you so much for joining us to get this timer going. I'm on my own tonight. Jen's got to do some stuff. So you just got me tonight. Just bear with me, find my timer, boxing timer. So we're going to do a 2-round warm-up. We're going to do a 2 minutes and 30 seconds just to get us moving. Sorry, 1 round of 2 minutes just to get us moving with 30 seconds of press-ups. We just change it up a little bit. So are you ready? Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you know the score, jogging on the spot. It's just to try and get that body moving. Then I put mine to cardio and we're good to go. Start. How are we doing? What's going on here? Hey Juan, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Thank you can join us. Just find yourself a space, jogging on the spot. Make sure you got some space and some water. Hopefully it won't be long. News seems to be going in all the right directions at the moment for a return in March. Fingers crossed. But from next week we should be able to broadcast from the gym, which is exciting. Work should be carried out. The electric should be fixed. So I can actually do it from the gym, which is nice. A bit different. Hope everybody's well. That's a minute gone. Tonight we're going to work on a little bit more angles. We did footwork last week, but we did footwork on Wednesday in straight lines. We're going to do a little bit of angle work. Okay, so just simple stuff rather than just going straight backwards all the time. Just moving around. Oh, I thought I hoovered. Cat's bringing things around. 40 seconds. So we're going to work on angles, blocks and counters tonight. 30 seconds. Okay, hands out to the side, please. Get those shoulders nice and woke. Nice and woke like those Facebook comments. If you know what I mean. 20 seconds. Nice, some circles now with those arms. This is kind of simulating what if you're skipping, just putting your arms out against the shoulders and the arms working. 10 seconds. We're going to do 10 press-ups, 10 sit-ups, 10 squats, and then we'll get on with it. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Down we go. I'll stop that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up the end. Just normal squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one, and 10. I got the heart moving. Catch your breath. Bring yourself back down to normal. We're getting some movement. Let me just stop that. Okay, so one of the things, obviously, with a combat sport is a little bit more movement. We probably don't have as fancy a footwork as boxing does, or some of the MMA guys do. They have some these fantastic moving around footwork. It's just not that it doesn't work. It's just in the traditional sense of Muay Thai, we're sort of very planted to stand in front of each other and trade. It's just the way the sport was born, the way a lot of it works. They really like people standing, guarding, evading and countering more than sort of slipping away and moving around in Muay Thai. Obviously MMA is a lot different. Just trying to catch my breath here. So we're just going to work on that. So some of the simple stuff is, so let's bring our feet simple together. Step to the side so you're nice and balanced. Nothing too serious. And then you're going to take one of your feet back. So whichever feet is your strongest sits to the back. That makes you, if your left foot forward and right foot at the back, that makes you an orthodox. If you've got your right foot forward and your left at the back, that makes you southpaw. Okay, southpaws have got a slight advantage because probably 95% of the world is orthodox. And you kind of know to do stuff, and quite often coming up against a southpaw, things are coming from in the wrong angles. So it's good. So just nicely balanced. We're going to work on a simple drill. What we're going to do is we're going to go sideways and sideways, and then we're going to do turns. Okay, so literally to the side, you literally just, as we would go back to the side, same again, just move our feet. Don't do big steps. You just want to be to the side, just a little sort of pop up, right left, left right, but keeping your feet in the angles they are. So as if there's two tracks under your feet. So your right stays on the track, left stays on the track, left stays, and you're just going to work on these kind of things. So we're going to go forward, backwards, left and right. So we're going to go forwards, backwards, left and right. Just work on that. So as if there's a cross underneath you. Just going to work on that for a second. So forwards, and again, base your feet, backwards, base your feet, left and then right. So rather than just always coming backwards, now and again, if you've got an attacker towards you, you could quite easily what's called sidestep them. Okay, so one more time. So forwards, backwards, left, right. Try not to reach with your feet and find yourself open too far. Make sure when you do it, you sort of quickly step. Because you want to be able to step and then block, or step and then punch. You want to be able to step and a knee. You want to be able to step, sideways, slide, elbow. So you want to make sure you've got some good balance in those feet. So one more time. Step, balance. Okay, remember, forward, back, left, and to the right. Nice and simple. You base your feet. Forward, backwards, left, right. Okay. So now what we're going to do is going to add on a couple of punches to these moves. So we're going to step in, 1, 2, step back, 1, 2, to the left, 1, 2, to the right, 1, 2. Nice and simple. Okay, 1, 2, boom, boom, come back, boom, 1, 2. To the left, 1, 2, to the right, 1, 2. Just gets you feeling, rather than just moving, you're moving and punches, boom, boom, attacking, step back, boom, boom, side step, boom, boom, side step, boom, boom. Okay, just gets you moving. So carry on that for a few more. Remember, step, 1, 2, come back, 1, 2, side, 1, 2, side, 1, 2. One more time. So forward, 1, 2, back, 1, 2, side, 1, 2, side, 1, 2. Okay, carry on those for a few more seconds. I'll grab a drink of water myself. So forward, 1, 2, backwards, 1, 2, to the left 1, 2, to the right 1, 2, and just keep, you've made an appearance. What? Does anybody find it weird that I talk to the cat? Because it talks back to me. It's the only decent conversation I get around here sometimes. Shh, don't tell Jen. You will. Okay, so those are just in straight lines, left and right. Forward, back, left and right. 1 second. Shut the door. Okay, so moving again, forward. Remember what we did? Backwards, side, side. Never bring your feet together. As in, if you like this, don't sort of bring feet and then what's called shuffle forward or shuffle to the side. So step, side. Okay, you always go forward first. You move your torso. Move your torso as you move. So the front foot forward, back foot backwards, left foot, right foot. Okay, and whichever combination you throw in, we're going to do that. Now we're going to do turns. We're going to do turns, Blue. Come on. You can't see, but it's stood here just looking at me, judging me. So for a turn, or what we call a quarter turn, which is quarter of a circle, what I'm going to do is I'll slip my left front foot 45 degrees to the side. What I'm going to do, as I do it, I slightly turn my foot as I do it. So rather than my foot just coming forward, just break it down a little bit more technical. Just set it up. Set it up. Okay? So front foot, and then we're going to do front foot, back foot. Front foot, back foot. So we've made an angle. So come back. Set it from the front, pump, pivots on that front leg. Then come back. Boom, boom. That's it. Good. So what we're going to do with the punches, we're going to go 1, 2, and then we're going to hook as we turn. Okay. So 1, 2, and as we step, we're going to hook. The idea being if someone's coming towards us, we step them back, and then we slide off with a hook. It may not land, it may land on the hands, but it gives them something to think about. So break that down one more time, remember? Nice and balanced. Step 45 degrees. Step, turn your foot just a little bit. Step. So in other words, what I don't want you to do is step and having to completely pirouette. You see my foot's in the wrong, and then having to turn on it. Just that little bit of a, it's already ready to go. Okay, so one more time. So 45 degrees. Let me just move the camera down if I can, just a little. Oh, no, not that. Not like that. 1 second. There you go. So you can see my feet a bit better. That's better. So what I'm saying is, a little 45-degree step, but then turn your foot just at the same time. So the idea is you come round and now I'm at an angle. So the idea being if someone's coming aggressively towards you, you're going to slip out the way so they can walk on by. Almost like a matador. The idea is sort of let the ball go past you. So what we're going to do is 1, 2, step and punch and pivot all in one move. So 1, 2, pivot, punch, and we're at 45 degrees to the person. One more time. Okay, what's a question? Is a question? Is a question? Claire says, no, I get great conversations from the animals. That's no way to talk about your children, Claire. That's absolutely no way to talk about your children. You've got 2 lovely little children. Anyway, joke. Unlike mine, which are just... anyway, never mind. Hi, James. Hi, Isabel. I say not really kids. James is taller than me now, and Isabel is, well, she's 17 going on 21. I don't know. There you go. So, going back to this again. It's hard doing it on your own. It's really quite hard doing it. I've got no one to play off of. I don't get any feedback from you. Jen normally gives me a bit of feedback and she corrects me or looks at me in that funny way as if to say, that's a bit weird. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go punch, punch as they come towards us, pivot and hook, and then we're going to throw a knee. What I mean is, 1, 2, pivot, hook, and then from here, using my back leg, knee the person. Because obviously they're coming round, what would happen is if I was coming forward to attack, I take a 1-2. That person pivots to the side, so this person is now here. I've taken a hook, and as I've corrected, I open up my body to that attack. You get me? Because that person would be here. Difficult to do without someone. So, one more time. So, with 1-2 to stop it, them coming forward, giving them something to think about. We pivot, hook, and then from here, this back knee is waiting to go into the person's body. Up the middle. There you go. One more time. So, 1-2, pivot, hook, knee. One more time. So, 1-2, pivot, hook, knee. Keep the hand up. Put the hand out a little bit. Opposite hand stays up. 20, what? No. That's crazy, Arena. But you've done a good job, obviously, because he's made it this far. So, work on that a few more times. Remember, just break that technique down. I have to see the comments. You should be working, not commenting anyway. You shouldn't have time to be typing. You should be working. Okay, one more time. So, 1-2, pivot, hook. And then throw the knee up the middle. One more time. Don't worry about where your feet land and afterwards. Just work on the first part of it. So 1-2, pivot, hook. This hand stays up. That's still dangerous. And through the middle. Just to go through what they would be doing. So the person's coming forward at you. You throw 1-2. They cover up. You hook and pivot to the side. So you hit them here. They come round to the side so they're no longer there. And as they try and make that correction to come to face you, a knee is, in other words, the body is opening up for the knee. That's what that's for. So 1-2, pivot, hook, knee. Okay, one more time. 1-2, pivot, hook, knee. Okay, 1-2, pivot, hook, knee. Okay. Grab yourself a drink of water. Now you can comment. Now you should be commenting or working or drinking out. Just check the time. So, quick one. Just want to check. Is any questions about the pivot hook? It's very difficult for me to make corrections. So if you've got any questions, put them in the chat, which is on the other side. I don't know where it is for you, but put them in the chat if you want to make sure you understand, you get the idea. Just to refresh on those little comments. You know, they all kind of say what you're going to say it, and then say what you told them. That's what we're going to do. So remember, rather than just coming straight lines, forward, back, front leg, back leg. Okay, and then 1-2, pivot. Remember, pivot, hook, and then throw the knee up the middle. Okay, good. Questions? No questions. Well, there's a bit of a lag, so I'll give it a few seconds for the questions to come through. So just to reiterate, all good, Rena's got it, yeah, no worries. So you could throw kicks, you could throw other techniques, so you can just go 1-2, pivot, hook. You could throw a kick if you wanted to. You could throw whatever you needed, just to make sure, just to give them a little bit of an advantage, or give yourself a little bit of advantage to throw that shot. It doesn't have to be a knee. You could do 1-2, pivot, hook, straight right. Okay, because obviously the side of their jaw's there for you. It's just that we've got more tools, you know, kicks, punches, knees and elbows. So just get to use them. So one of the other ones we're going to work on now is the actuals to the side. So from the other side. So rather than just, what we're going to do is we're going to retreat and then we're going to quarter turn again. So we're going to retreat by coming into opposite guard. We'll come back. And then essentially we're going to do the same thing. It's a little bit different. So rather than just literally coming to the side and swapping to the other side, what we're going to do is we're going to retreat. Retreat by coming to opposite guard. And then we're going to do the step pivot. That way we make some distance for ourselves from an oncoming attacker. Like someone is throwing stuff at quite a pace, or they're very aggressive, or you've been backed up, rather than just going straight back all the time, because eventually you are going to hit the ropes. You know, this isn't an endless space behind you. Certainly in Muay Thai, there is penalties of being able to, obviously, there's the ropes, the ring, obviously in MMA there's the cage. So you have to sometimes make that area for yourself. So I'll start over here. So what I do is I simply switch my leg backwards. So whichever leg you're in, so I just come back into my normal guard, quarter turn to the side. So from normal stance for me, I start from here, I retreat, and then I quarter turn. So I'll come backwards and I've stopped. So what I'm going to do for my punching, as I step back, I'm going to throw a straight right. So my back hand, as that person, bang. Then I'm going to throw my, what is now my left hand, and then I'm going to pivot hook, and then knee. So one more time, so break it down. So from here, footwork. So this hand, which is at the back, in other words, my right hand, if it's your left hand, is I punch, because that person is coming towards me. I want to stop them. I've now made distance between us. Punch again. And as I come back, I just want to pivot on that foot, make an angle, and then the same thing goes for that knee. Oh, question. Yeah, you sort of remain in opposite stance. Question was, do you remain in opposite stance? So, if I'm from here, I'll still make myself a bit of space. I stay here like this, and I pivot hook, and I throw my knee. Okay, one more time. So I come back. So essentially what I do is, I pam, pam, bam, bam, wee. My balance is shocking, it's been a while. So, back, pivot. So now I've come backwards and I'm off to the side. One more time. Stay in this guard for a second and then pivot. Okay, so for Claire, I just did it with Claire did it around. So like this for southpaw, we step, pivot hook, and I stay in opposite guard for a few seconds. The reason you need to stay in there is because quite often you'll find yourself wrong-footed. You won't always be, you'll throw a kick and you'll find forward, or you'll throw a kick and you'll find yourself in the wrong place. And you've just got to get used to being in the wrong position sometimes, or working with your feet in the wrong place. And just being a little bit ambidextrous with it. Because you don't want to be, so I've gone in the wrong place, I must go back to guard position. Sometimes you've got to work with what you've dealt with, so it's good to work on those things. So, one more time. So, from here, I retreat and I throw my backhand. Bang, to stop them coming forward. They're still coming, so I throw my backhand now, which is my left. Bang, and then what I do is I throw my hook and I throw my knee up the middle. So if you've got someone who's very aggressive coming forward, you're retreating, slipping off to the side. So rather than going to one side, we're going to go to the other side. So one more time. So retreat, counter, slip, knee. Okay. One more time. Remember. Retreat. Okay. One more time. Retreat, counter, pivot, and then throw the knee. Okay. Let's check the time, get a drink of water, see where we are. Oh, look, Christ. I'm getting carried away with myself here. So, hope everybody got that. We're going to do the little burnout as we always do in our classes. We're going to mix a good old press up, and we're going to mix a good old set of knees. Okay, so 2-minute round. What we're going to do, 4 knees, 4 press ups. So what I mean is, you're going to grab on and just 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then give me 4 press ups continuously. So to the floor, 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoot your feet back up, and then knee again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it. Give me a thumbs up that you know what you're doing. 2-minute round to burn out. Do as many as you can, as many reps as possible. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you need to do. Say yes, say sod off Liam. Say Liam, you're an idiot. Well, thank you, sir, and all that kind of stuff. This should get the heart rate pumping. This lag gets me to it. There's about a 20-30 second lag between what I see and what you guys see. So after some time. Oh, Claire gives a double thumbs up. That means she's doubly ready. I expect big things, Claire. Okay, set the timer, catch your breath. Boxing timer, go. 2-minute round, and then we'll go straight into it. So, 4 knees, 4 press-ups. Make it dynamic. Don't just clamber yourself off the floor. Shoot your legs to your feet. Jump back up. It's not a burpee, but it's just dynamic. You ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 press-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't have to go super fast. What's that? Oh, sorry. Yep, there we go. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are just meant to give a little bit of stamina, because these lessons, half an hour is not long enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. But 1 hour class online, I think, is way too much. I just don't hold your attention. Okay. 1 minute 15 to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I did 5 then. What's going on? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 minute to go. Ooh, the old heart rate's gone up there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 50 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. 25 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. 20 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. 15 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is that? That's a 10-second clapper. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, finish. 1, 2, 3, 4. And time. Well done, well done, well done. Stop that. What did I get to? Not too bad. Catch your breath, grab yourself a drink of water, and we'll cool down and have a stretch again. Cat's asleep. You okay? Fast asleep. Oh, I've got a good sweat on there. Enjoyed that. Okay. Let's start with a couple of classic stretches. Good old forward fold. Can't get enough of that. Very simple but very effective. Feet shoulder width apart, toes pointing forward. Little bend in the knees, not locked out. All we're going to do is bend over, pivot from the hips, not the lower back. So if you feel yourself having to reach, then back off, bend your knees, stick your bum out, lean forward and stay. Rather than sort of bending and stretching lower back. Are you ready? We're going to do it for a count of 30. I'm going to count. I'll give you 10 seconds and we're ready. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down we go. Don't bounce, just stay in the stretch. $15 gone. 5 seconds. Don't come up until I tell you. Okay, hands on the shins. Stay there for a few seconds. Hands on your knees. Stay there for a few seconds. Hands on your hips. And bring yourself back up. Now we're going to isolate a leg. So what we're going to do, take a little bit of a walking step forward, so you've got a left foot forward and right foot is planted back. Not too wide, just a little bit wider than your normal boxing stance, but not a full step forward. So almost like in a walking pace. If you're your normal walking sort of stride. What we're going to do is we're going to bring ourselves over this foot and we're going to go down and put our hands on those toes, putting our chest right there. Okay? What I want you to do is take your attention to the opposite hip, because what will happen is you'll lean over, this hip will track back and you're not actually getting the full stretch. I'd rather you dial it back, but have this hip under control facing that way and then come down. Same thing again, 30 seconds either side. Okay. Okay, you ready? Pull that hip round and down we go. 30 seconds. It'll get a bit deeper and a bit tighter. Opposite hip, track it back in. Focus over that foot. $15 seconds. Watch that opposite hip. Okay. Stay down. Hands on your shins. Hands on your knees. Hands on your hips. Slowly bring yourself back up with control. Change sides. Wait for me and wait for my call. Set yourself up again. Kick the cat out the way. What we're going to do now is turn our hips to face that leg. It may be that one side is tighter than the other. Okay. And down we go. Hands on the hips, down we go. One side may be tighter than the other. My right is much tighter than my left. Now bring that left hip into control. Bring it back. $15 seconds. Okay, hands on your shins. Hands on your knees. Hands on your hips. And slowly bring yourself back up with control. And time. And the last stretch. Stop that. Good old top of the thigh, tibial band stretch. So what you're going to do, take a step back and then you're going to step back into a lunge with your knee to the floor. Big step, knee to the floor. As if you're going to propose to someone. Watch out for the cat. Now what you need to do is push your foot forward so you get a little bit of strain into this knee, and then just literally push your hips forward and just stay there. You should feel it tight at the top of your thigh, your tibial band. Very important part of your body. Does a lot of work. Get headbutted in the groin by a cat. Why are you doing that? Now, we're just going to go a little bit deeper with this. Right hand across, in other words, opposite to whichever's knees down. So we're going to come across the body, and then other hand across, and we're literally going to twist and lean forward and get a little bit deeper into the stretch. And time. Change over. Try not to boot the cat. Opposite leg forward, set yourself up. Push your hips forward a little bit and just stay here for a few seconds. Get used to the stretch. Okay, same as before. Opposite hand across, opposite hand behind, other hand behind, and push forward and get a little bit deeper into that stretch. What are you doing, Cap? And release slowly. Okay, so thank you everybody. This is the end of the class. So thank you everybody for coming to join us with these live broadcasts. Sadly, I don't think we'll be going on for much longer. Well, thankfully, stroke sadly, we won't be going on for much longer because I think we'll be out of lockdown, or they'll start to release from the 8th of March. All the indicators and all the news articles seem to be pointing towards that date. So hopefully we'll start to see some signs of being able to get back in the gym, which sadly means the end of the live broadcast for you guys who can't make it to the gym. So we thank you so much. But for now, we're still going to do them every Monday at 8:30, Wednesday at 7, Friday at 7, Sunday at 3. If any of you guys have not been to the gym wondering why the times, those are the times of some of our classes. We just tried to keep to it, keep a sense of normality. That's why we did it. So thank you so much. Knees are a little bit getting old. So thank you everybody so much for joining in. Make sure you carry on stretching. Make sure you stay active. Lots of steps. Aim for as many steps as you can do a day. If you've got an active job, fantastic. If you don't, then please do be active. Simple walk will make a big difference to you physically and mentally, and staying active. Big part of mental health, so locked on. So stay active. Thank you very much for all your support, love and peace and all that kind of stuff.